Steven!
Whoa.
Well, my voice cracked a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Incredible timing. Take
Yep.
two. Steven!
What?
I probably have said this before, but is there any bigger tease than preseason football?
Man, Kellen Mond and Zach Wilson got me jacked up for the NFL. I'll tell you that.
Damn right they should. You're not watching
No.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson?
No, nobody's watching anything because there's a delay because the lights are off.
Perfect timing. Then everybody's watching us.
And they're all showing Aaron Rodgers in a darkness retreat in a stadium.
Yeah, that was the easiest joke to make by Mike Tirico. But, I mean, you got to make it. You got to make it because it's right there for you.
Yep.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Just Your Opinion, man. Stephen Langford, Derek Papa. We have football on, but it's a giant tease because as every year, everybody's like, oh, my God, every week now we're going to have football on, and then it's just preseason football. It's just, guys that, Zach Wilson, yeah, see how he takes things as a second, string quarterback. But everybody watches for a couple minutes. They do good interviews on the sideline with the Hall of Fame guys. You sent me the text, Stephen. Darrelle Revis looking a little plump these days.
Love and retirement. What else? Why? I mean, what else are you supposed to do?
That's true.
You eat, you live. Take care of the fam. Use all that money you made. Come on.
And then you got DeMarcus Ware singing the national anthem. I haven't heard it yet, but I heard it was good. Not good?
It was decent, I guess. I don't, what am I supposed to say? I mean, it was good for who he is.
But not good for the average national anthem singer.
No, not at all.
Maybe we should pull that up. I'll take a listen myself. But because I have a better eye or ear, I guess, for music than you.
Do you?
I don't know. Anyway,
LP didn't make the beat, so it's kind of crap.
There you go. But yeah, as far as the Hall of Fame game, it's cool to have football on, and I'm going to watch the Hall of Fame ceremony this weekend, but it's always just a big tease. And then we watch it for 20 minutes, see Aaron Rodgers on the sideline, giving an interview, talking up Garrett Wilson, but for the most part, you get hyped up for football and you realize it's not actual football.
Yeah. And by the way, just looking it up with DeMarcus Ware, he said he was singing that for Demaryius Thomas. So now I really do not feel good about even judging the performance.
Yeah, beep that up a little bit, Steven. You gonna take that back?
Yeah, that's taken back right away.
I mean, but you could still say that it wasn't great.
No, but the reason for it, totally worth it.
Yeah, I would say so.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Jets are, of course, in the Hall of Fame game. They're going to be all over Hard Knocks. They pretty much have been forced down our throats since this football season has been kicking off. It hasn't even kicked off yet, but through training camp, preseason, we're just going to get a lot of Jets, and it's all going to be on display for Hard Knocks coming up on Tuesday. And I figured, you see that Lee Schreiber actually showed up, the voice of God, as Aaron Rodgers called him?
Yeah, and to training camp, you mean?
To training camp, yes.
Okay, yeah, I saw that. I don't know, what kind of hat was he wearing?
I actually didn't see the pictures. I just saw that there was a tweet sent out that Lee Schreiber showed up to Jets practice.
Yeah, he was there. He was wearing a weird hat. It's not like a Jets hat. It's not a Hard Knocks hat. I forgot what it was, but Amber Wave Farms was what it said on his hat. Amber Waves Farm.
Oh, okay.
Don't know what that is.
So is Lee Schreiber, I guess, all indications are he's going to voice Hard Knocks again, but is he going past the picket line with the SAG protests?
That's a good question. That's way out of my jurisdiction. I don't know anything about that.
Well, regardless, we're going to get him, and I figured, why should we wait till Tuesday? Because Steven, you do such a good job doing your Lee Schreiber impression.
I only got a few, okay? But there are 3 lines that I think Lee Schreiber sits. I only got 3 because these are the only actual good ones I could think of. But these are the 3 lines that Lee Schreiber will say leading up to the Hall of Fame game, or at least during the Hall of Fame game. All right.
Okay, so is this including anything that happened tonight?
Yes, it's just all based on tonight.
All right. Then let me tee you up here. Here we go. Here's Steven.
I only got 3 of them. Only 3.
That's fine, but here we go.
So. That was right here. Turn it down a little bit. Turn it down. My headphones. I need. Where's my snare? Where is my snare?
Better?
Better. For 11 years, wide receivers wouldn't dare get caught on Revis Island. But as he's a member of the Hall of Fame, it looks like he spent some time on an actual island, eating a lot of food. Is that good?
Yeah, that was all right. What else you got?
And right before Zach Wilson throws the 55-yard bomb, look out, moms in Canton, Ohio. Zach Wilson is in your area, and he's throwing 55-yard passes down the sideline. And he's going to go down the sideline with your mom.
Better.
I got one more.
Okay.
Robert Saleh in his 3rd year as a head coach with the Jets. Many think he looks like Xerxes, but this is not Sparta. This is New York Jets football. They should just have me on there.
Yeah, I think, like I said before, I think you need someone to actually help you write it, but you definitely got the voice, so don't worry about that.
Hey, man, you forced this on me.
I got one for you.
Okay.
I don't do the voice as well as you, but
it.
I'll try one out.
Mhm.
Rapper Method Man joined the New York Jets at practice earlier this week, and Aaron Rodgers is a big fan. Another rapper that Aaron Rodgers is a big fan of, Will Smith, and it appears that he took a page out of his playbook. Cut to, keep my offensive coordinator's name out your mouth.
Wow.
Eh?
I like that.
A little
I like
convoluted.
that a lot. Do they do that right at the start?
Well, I want to do that right away. I mean, they're going to build
think so.
towards Aaron Rodgers and everything, but I mean, yeah, they'll probably get to the meat and potatoes of the Nathaniel Hackett stuff because that's the juiciest thing so far, along with Dalvin Cook showing up to practice, which was, I'll get to that a little later. That was a lot just for a visit.
He visited? Wait, what happened?
I'll get to it later.
Okay.
I'll explain my frustration and displeasure with the way that was done, because the fact that he did that and has not even joined the Jets yet makes me a little like, what the hell's going on here? But anyway. Oh, Ernie's on the chat saying, what's Method Man's real name? I believe it is Clifford Smith.
Check. 1, 2. Got it. Clifford Smith Jr.
Yeah.
So
no
you
question.
can only name like 4 members of the Wu-Tang Clan as rappers when you said, I know a lot of rappers' real names, but really it's just like 3 members of the Wu-Tang Clan and that's it.
Pretty much, and that's better than most people, Steven. All right. Should we get to just your headlines, man?
We absolutely should.
Hit it.
Oh, shoot. Hang on. Music.
All right. Got a lot of topics to talk about, ranging from the NBA to the NFL. But let's start with the NBA. Damian Lillard and his agent have been told by the NBA to stop telling teams he won't be happy if he's traded to any other team than the Heat. The NBA sent a memo to all 30 teams saying that they would let this go. That they would let this go on if Damian Lillard agrees to play with LeBron James. They call it the Anthony Davis rule. That's the only way they're going to allow it.
I got lost in the joke as you stumbled through that.
Yeah, I know. I fucked that one up. Okay, basically, he's doing the same thing that Anthony Davis did to get his way to the Lakers.
Right.
It's kind of unfair, I think. But at the same time, I don't think that Damian Lillard and his agent should strong-arm the NBA into forcing him into one team alone. And they could veto this trade, actually. If he gets traded to Miami, this could be like a Chris Paul thing when he got traded to the Lakers. Adam Silver could be like, no, the way you did this was kind of bullshit.
Pretty funny how he just has like that much power, though. He could just go back to Portland and they won't care. They'll welcome him like they welcome Bill Walton back to the Moda Center every year.
He's not going back to Portland. They'll figure something out.
I don't know.
You think so?
What team wants him right now besides the Heat?
I think other teams want him. The Celtics and the 76ers would take him, but he's scared them because he'll just play the unhappy player.
Yeah, well, he's not exactly handling this the way that you should if you want to get traded out of somewhere. I think he could very well go back to Portland and just stay there.
We shall see. Jonathan Taylor has requested a trade from the Indianapolis Colts after meeting Jim Irsay on a bus during training camp. He requested the trade after hearing Jim Irsay's songs from the Jim Irsay Band. The Colts reportedly will use a non-football related injury exemption to get Taylor to play this season because then the money rolls over to next season, and it's all having to deal with a back issue that may or may not have actually happened. But the Colts say they are willing to pay a new deal for Jonathan Taylor as long as he pays back all the fantasy football owners that drafted him first overall last year.
That's gonna cost him way more than whatever his new contract is gonna be.
Yeah, I was one of those people, and I stupidly did that, knowing that Jonathan Taylor probably will not be as good as the previous season.
No, you weren't dumb for doing that. Remember that? Remember that last year? That was one of the early storylines. It's like, what the hell happened to the Colts offensive line?
Yeah, no. I mean, you figured it would have been fine with Matt Ryan and him, but anytime, and this is why running backs aren't getting paid, is when a guy has a great season rushing and then he just kind of is run to the ground, he's not the same guy the next season, which is why I'm kind of hesitant with Josh Jacobs, and we'll see what happens there. But, yeah, Jonathan Taylor, you want to trade, see Austin Eckler because it didn't pan out for him, and I don't think it's going to pan out for you. I think it's really unfair what's happening to these guys, but at the same time, I don't see why they're going to get their money. And do I have any others? Oh, yeah. Mark Jackson is out at ESPN, ABC, NBA coverage. The trio of Mike Breen, Jeff Van Gundy, and Mark Jackson is officially, hold for turn page, is officially over. And the new team will be Mike Breen, Doris Burke, and Doc Rivers. When reached for comment, Mark Jackson said, "Mama, there goes another job again." Down a couple grand down, man down. You like that one?
Oh my God. I knew the "mama there goes that man" was going to be brought into it. I just didn't know how. with all due respect.
Doc
Rivers
fighting for my life out here.
Doc Rivers should not be on the broadcast. All due respect.
Oh my God, he's gonna have laryngitis every other game.
Oh man. Oh God. Yeah. No, I'm. You know what though? Real quick on that, I'm gonna miss them. Like, even though it does get old listening to them though, like game after game after game. I don't know if I could take them for like a 7-game series, like in an NBA Finals anymore. Like, I could take other broadcasters, and it's nice to have like a mix during the playoffs. But when it's just solely them, and you have to watch game after, sometimes it could get a little tedious. So I'm gonna miss them, but I'm kind of ready for a new booth. By the way, Celtics fans pissed that Doris Burke's there.
Why?
They have the same vendetta against Doris Burke as Giants fans did against Joe Buck. Yeah, because for some reason they have put it in their head that he hates their team, or she hates their team rather.
That's such a ridiculous thing every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even though Joe Buck's great, but it's always a sore spot when you talk to Giants fans about him. It's the same thing with Doris Burke, though, because last year when they were going off at some points in the playoffs, I think it was after like Jason Tatum had a 40-plus point game, she was just dead silent on the broadcast, and there's like videos of it. Naturally, Barstool caught wind of it, and then that permeates through the Celtics fan base because Barstool's really popular. Then blah 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 blah.
I'm just gonna miss Jefferino Hot Dog Buddy.
Jefferino Hot Dog Buddy, very vulnerable. He was very vulnerable on those broadcasts. Not a lot of people would share Jefferino Hot Dog Buddy as his actual nickname, but he's kind of in that I don't give a fuck mode.
Is that music still playing?
Is it?
I could barely hear it in the background.
Oh my God, it's still playing. Whoops. I thought I turned it all the way down.
We're past the new news, Steven.
Sorry. Adjust your headlines. I'm sorry. It was still on.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that Jeff Van Gundy was entertaining. You could take it
Yeah.
with Mark Jackson, in my opinion.
Yeah. He didn't really bring much to the broadcast after a while.
I thought they were going to probably put JJ Redick in that spot, but I think Doris Burke's going to do a good job. And Doc Rivers did games with my dad back in the day. He's a good NBA analyst. It's just, is he going to be able to do 82 games?
Well, PJ Carlissimo managed.
Oh, I love PJ.
Yeah,
PJ.
but you got to admit that voice, it sounded like it was crumbling with every broadcast.
Yeah, that's true. But
I
somehow he has enough lozenges.
Yeah, just guys like Ricola, just right on it, like in a chair pocket. Yeah.
All right, past the headlines. Let's get to some training camp stories, and I guess how it pertains to the Raiders. So you and I have been talking about it for a while, Steven. We thought that Marcus Peters was going to join the Raiders. He did, signed. That means they got to get rid of a player, so they cut O.J. Howard, and I guess they did this a couple days after he had a sit-down interview talking about how Josh McDaniels is going to incorporate him in the offense and everything.
Right.
And I thought he was always going to be the odd man out between Michael Mayer and Austin Hooper. They just picked up Jacob Hollister, I guess, the other day.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love this. What is this? We are going to pick up every tight end that was good in 2017.
Pretty much, except you trade away the guy they gave a contract to and the guy that,
and a guy who's even better, gone from their team. Got it.
Yeah, but he doesn't fit the Patriot mold, the guy that's too injured all the time.
Yeah, good point.
So there's that, and then what else happened? Oh, so you told me about this, Steven.
Huh.
Apparently, Jimmy Garoppolo and Max Crosby got into a scuffle. I guess to the point where Max Crosby was going too hard during a play, and Jimmy Garoppolo was like, ease off. Which, I guess that is going to give you some respect around the locker room that Jimmy Garoppolo's not going to take any crap from Max Crosby. But your favorite guy, the X-bot, as they call it now. It's not Twitter anymore. It's X, whatever the fuck. Apparently, is it Deshaun Reed or Teron Reed? The
Deshaun.
Raiders.
Deshaun, yeah.
He had the story. Dove Kleiman, your favorite person, will remain faceless. He goes with the story, puts it on his whatever Twitter account, X account, and Vinny Bonsignore, Raiders beat guy, Mark's favorite reporter, refutes the report immediately and said that it didn't actually happen.
Can we also, let's just real quick before we get to the Jimmy G and Max Crosby thing, let's just take a moment to acknowledge what's been going on with AI Dove Kleiman. All right. I'm still convinced he's our artificial intelligence. Our own Ernie sent us that DM, with like trying to debunk this guy, Dove Kleiman. See, he says that we got a Dove Kleiman pick. I tagged you guys. I don't buy it. I don't buy that that's him. I think that's a fake picture.
Ernie sends me a lot of stuff, so I may have to go back and look at this.
He does send a lot of stuff, Ernie. But that was one that caught my eye. I don't think it's a real picture, Ernie. I'm just saying, I think this guy's AI. To anyone who doesn't know who Dove Kleiman is, pretty much he's created this Twitter account that's like a hub for reports around the NFL.
Oh, so it's this guy?
Yes. I don't buy it, though. I don't buy it. See, you're looking at the picture right now. I don't buy that. So this guy,
we're judging this by the New York Post that usually posts a lot of.
Exactly. I'm very convinced this is AI taking over sports reports because it's very useful. He does have a very useful page, but he doesn't share a photo of himself.
Yeah.
We talked about this for like 15 minutes on last pod. I don't want to spend all the time on Dove Kleiman, but it's been a weird week because we had something with the 49ers too, and him sharing stuff with that.
I'll get to that because Dove Kleiman, I guess, got his facts wrong with both of the teams that we talk about on this podcast, with the Raiders and the 49ers.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Anything I had Raiders related for training camp? Oh, Hunter Renfrow said that he didn't have a fun season last year because he was injured. He let his team down. He's looking forward to this season. And Josh McDaniels said that he's really excited to see what he does this season, which, all the indications have been this offseason that they don't know if they're going to have Hunter Renfrow because they picked up DeAndre Carter and Philip Dorsett that fit the slot receiver position for the Raiders. So They paid him money too, along with Darren Waller. So there was rumors last year that Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow don't fit the style that Josh McDaniels wants to play with, guys that he can rely on. And I take the Josh McDaniels comments with a grain of salt just because he said glowing things about Darren Waller at the combine and then traded him away.
Yeah.
So he could say that Hunter Renfrow, he's looking forward to the season he's going to have, but he could easily just trade him away before the season starts.
This, I don't think that, to me, I don't know. This just screams trade deadline move. Like if someone, or if the Raiders are having a poor season, which a lot are expecting them to, it's not a good outlook from everyone in the NFL right now. There's one guy who had them going like 10-7 or something like that. But other than that, like, it's not looking good.
Didn't USA Today have them going 3-14?
3-14, yeah. So they could very well be a selling candidate at the deadline. And I think if you're going to have anybody, it'd probably be Hunter Renfrow, so you could offload that $16 million contract or whatever he got on average.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the fact that he's like a roster bubble type of guy, I think that's ridiculous. I think that he fits the mold of a Wes Welker or Julian Edelman, guys that Josh McDaniels has had in his past. But I guess the injury thing is just too much for him. And they're tearing this team down just piece by piece that we thought was going to be a Super Bowl team a year ago, or in the conversation of being a contender. I'm not buying it yet. Yeah, they very well could trade him at the deadline. They very well could trade him before the season starts. So I don't know. Just because Josh McDaniels says he's looking forward to the season he's going to have, I don't think it's a guarantee that he's going to be on this team.
Well, he also said the exact same thing as about that as Darren Waller, and then all of a sudden one little wedding happens, and then it all goes to shit. So, Pete Carroll straight up said they're not trading Russell Wilson, and they did. You know, like, these guys just, it's all politicking up there. You can't really you got to take everything with not even a grain of salt. We're talking like an entire pack of salt, like the one that you keep in your drawer so that you can store salt for your salt shaker. Like that kind of salt.
The extra salt you get from Wendy's or McDonald's.
Correct.
Stay in your drawers.
Correct. You got to take it with all the salt.
Yeah. At what point do you throw away like sauces from McDonald's or Burger King?
Very good question. The Taco Bell sauces, I just don't, because I use them in time. Not for Taco Bell, but for different things. McDonald's, give that a few days. Sweet and sour. It's a good question.
Because I got stuff in my fridge that I actually should do a better job of cleaning shit out. But I have sauces in there that have been there for maybe too long.
Yeah, I might be underselling it. Or Ernie too says maybe 6 months. Yeah, 6 months is 6 months might be I'm acting like I'm just like Mr. Yeah, keep this in my fridge a few days. I'm clean and healthy. Nope. I got stuff in there that's still months old. Ugh.
By the way, behind you on that shelf, is that all the Hot One stuff?
Yes. Yeah. Three of the bottles that I finished.
So do those have expiration dates, or those just like display right now?
Good question. You know what? Let me see. This is the classic one.
Is anything in that, or just a glass bottle?
It's just the empty bottle, man. I bought.
Okay.
You know, this is a cool little thing. I can't find the expiration date. Oh no, it's smudged off, so I can't see it.
Okay. Yeah, I told you I was thinking about getting some for wins or wangs this season, just to see if I can handle it. Because I'm always curious if I could do the bomb or the last dab.
I don't want to do the bomb. I'm good off the bomb.
Yeah,
the last dab's fine. The last dab's doable, like everyone else in the show. But the bomb, nope, can't do it.
Yeah, I was watching Bob Odenkirk's episode the other day, and he like legitimately looks pissed. Where he eats the bomb, and he just looks at Sean Evans and just goes, oh, "You fucking asshole."
Yeah, yeah. Bob Odenkirk doesn't seem like too happy of a fella, just in general.
No, he's goofy and fun, but he had a heart thing a couple of years ago after shooting Nobody, which is a great movie. But I wonder if that like plays a role in whether or not you're gonna eat spicy food going forward.
With the heart stuff?
Yeah.
Probably the same way that, like the spicy food has affected you going to the bathroom in the morning.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So I have a lot of life decisions to make. Lastly, as far as the Raiders news, when as it pertains to training camp, Josina Anderson reported the other day that there looks to be negotiations restarting between Josh Jacobs and the Raiders, and Josh McDaniels said himself he's looking forward to getting him back integrated with the group. And apparently, they're looking for him to take the same contract that Saquon Barkley took a couple of weeks ago before training camp started. Supposedly, they already offered that to Josh Jacobs, and he said no. They're trying to see if he's willing to do it now. So I don't know if he's going to have a change of heart just because Saquon Barkley took that deal.
It's I really don't think he's going to budge. I'm going to continue to repeat it until either a deal gets signed or he holds out, but for the season. But unless like he's got another voice, outside friend, anyone from the team, someone calling him saying, "Hey, you got to play this year." I don't know, maybe even a trainer. Like I don't instead of having like someone who agrees with his holdout, which I'm sure a lot of people that he is associated with do, like there's got to be someone out there who says, "Yeah, you know what? You got to get back. You got to make that money. You don't want to risk that." But also like if the Raiders aren't giving him the security, it's their fault.
Well, yeah, no, I get that. We've talked about this topic the last few episodes about the running backs being devalued, and I go back and forth on it where I'm in agreement with the players that it's bullshit that they put their bodies on the line and they want the guaranteed money, and they're fantasy football stars, they're stars of the league too. They score touchdowns, but it's analytics driven because the data shows you that you can win a Super Bowl without a great running back, and also when you pay these guys, their bodies diminish over time.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, if this was any other position, Josh Jacobs would have got paid. And this is a rarity for a guy this young to not be compensated for something he did, like leading the league in rushing.
Right.
We asked Matt Mayoko came on with Tolbert Copes earlier this week, and I told Copes to ask the same question that I asked you about a week ago. If Christian McCaffrey was a free agent, do you think that he would make $16 million a year? And his response was no, absolutely not. Because no matter whatever whatever it seems to be with running backs, however valuable you are to a team, there is a philosophy amongst general managers and owners and scouting departments that it's not worth it. It's not worth it to pay these guys, even though the Niners' most valuable player is arguably Christian McCaffrey, next to
Right.
Nick Bosa probably and all that. But as far as offense and what he does to the team, yeah, you need Christian McCaffrey to have a successful season. So it's just different, man. I think Dalvin Cook's going to have to take less money. I think Josh Jacobs at this point, $12 million is probably the best he's going to get. It sounds shitty, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah. What else is there to it? Really? Like he's just going to keep on holding out until he comes back. Like it's just that simple. And I still think he's going to come back, but
well, okay, let me ask you this.
These days move by slow, by the way.
That?
These days move by slow. Just
I know.
Training camp every single day. And like, even though the season's still kind of far away, and Josh Jacobs has, I know, but like, come on, Zach Wilson and Kellen Mond. But
well, not only that, you got Izzy Aban Akanda, running back for the Jets, who needs Dalvin Cook.
What happened?
He had a big run, I guess.
Oh, wow.
I'm just judging off of the stat sheet I'm looking at right now.
Wow, drawing conclusions from a preseason stat sheet. I love it.
That's what I do with preseason. I'm going to admit I haven't watched a second of this game. I just got back home from working, but yeah, it's a tease. The whole thing's a tease.
I had it up when I was folding my laundry, and in the first quarter, immediately I saw an illegal formation penalty, and then I saw a kick return or kick it out of bounds, and I said, "All right, I'm good."
That was the turning point?
Yeah, I said after the first half, I'll watch the first half just to keep it on, but by the time the first half's over, I'm good.
Did you see Aaron Rodgers on the sideline give an interview with Tirico and Collinsworth?
Nah, I didn't see that.
Dude, he's totally flipped. Like,
really?
I think the media's flipped on him too. Like 2 years ago, God, everybody hated him for the interview he did with McAfee talking about the vaccines. And
Right.
now I think it's totally flipped because he's in New York. He's embraced the New York lifestyle. He's a star. He's giving hope. He is supporting his guy Nathaniel Hackett. Keep my offensive coordinator's name out your mouth.
Yeah.
People love him now. It's funny how people are vilified 1 second and then it just changes because yeah, I mean like he's doing like before like he probably only did interviews with McAfee and I don't know, a few people.
How
Vern Glenn.
how did how did Chris Collinsworth introduce him? Now
Oh,
here's
here's a guy who's
now here's a guy who's been in the dark a long, long time, and he's done a little ayahuasca this offseason. He's a changed man, and he's got a little shade of green that's different now.
I noticed today I was doing my Chris Collinsworth impression at work, and people were like, "Is that Collinsworth or Cosby?" Now here's a guy who likes to play football and he's got the Jello pudding and
Can I say something about this Nathaniel Hackett stuff? Where
please
was
do.
I know I kind of got on Sean Payton, but now that I've had a week to think about it, what did exactly he say wrong besides doing the unwritten break the code thing?
Yeah, Nathaniel Hackett kind of.
Because Hackett sucked last year. He was terrible. It was an embarrassment to coaching.
Yeah, not anything I've seen worse than Lane Kiffin, but or Art Shell. Yeah, no, he didn't say anything wrong. I mean, like wrong in the sense that it was inaccurate. But as far as did it need to be said in that hostile tone?
Right.
No.
Right. Does it need to be said in the public? I guess not. It's just we've had these reactions to it, and the one thing I'm not seeing is, oh well, Nathaniel Hackett was a great coach. I'm not seeing any of the pushback on that. I'm just seeing the
course not.
pushback on how it was said.
But I think coaches have each other's backs. It's a small fraternity, and all of them are trying hard. I think it was also just the perception of Sean Payton being gone for a year and
Right.
saying like, "Did you see Nathaniel Hackett last year? Jesus Christ, that guy was terrible.
Yeah.
I didn't even coach last year, and I did a better job than him."
Yep. I would love to see anyone who was kind of like despondent towards those comments. I'd love to see anyone just have just one sentence of a word on Nathaniel Hackett that they said last year, just so this guy just says it in public. All of a sudden it's wrong. I don't know. I'm just, there's not much. It's like, hey, Aaron, you got to admit at least he wasn't good last year. He was terrible.
I don't think anybody would say it was good. I just think that that's not something you see a lot is coaches going after another coach just for the sake of saying that guy sucked.
Right.
Like if they wronged you in some way or they did something illegal while you were playing, like I remember who was the head coach of the Buccaneers that was at Rutgers? You remember him?
No.
Something Greg Schiano, I want to say.
Schiano. Yeah.
He had like an all-out blitz when Eli Manning was kneeling. You remember this?
Yes.
And Tom Coughlin was like, "That was bullshit. This coach is an asshole," and that's warranted. This felt like Nathaniel Hackett's like, "Dude, Sean, I don't even know you."
Forced him to grow a goatee and a mustache.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, because people don't want him to recognize it's just the bald guy that coached the Broncos last year.
It's like Dan Quinn now.
A little bit, yeah. Here's my thing. I don't think that Sean Payton should have said that shit. But at the same time, when Nathaniel Hackett's having his first press conference as offensive coordinator of the Jets and he's asked about this stuff, he could easily just not address it at all. Now, do you want to show that you have a backbone? Of course. But at the same time, it would have just been better if he was like, "I'm not addressing that."
This is true. I think that can be said, but I also think it can be acknowledged that he's not wrong.
Yeah,
that
no,
what he said
I don't,
was not wrong.
I don't think it was wrong. It just didn't need to be said.
Right. Like that's kind of what's happening with U.S. women's soccer right now. You've seen the latest stuff
No.
for that? So like they've been how should I put it? for their standards, they've been a disappointment because they're
Yeah.
the number one team and everyone expected them to dominate like the 2019 World Cup. Like the 2019 one, they opened with like a 13-0 game against Thailand. They crushed them, right? This one, they opened up with a 3-0 win against Vietnam, and then the last two ended in a draw. They were, they're advancing to the round of 16. They're still in the tournament, but not the way that people wanted it to. And there's a former legend on that team, Carly Lloyd, who's now on the Fox pre and post. And yeah, she saw like images of them dancing after their match that ended in a draw and like celebrating a little bit. Although those are the only images that they showed, and she had a reaction to it. She basically said like she's never seen anything like that before. Like she's like questioning their heart and their mentality, and these also. But the thing is, like, she's not totally. It's the same kind of reaction to Peyton that people had, which was, hey, like, why the hell are you saying that? But in the same token, you could say like, and she's not totally wrong where it's like you made it to the round of 16, but you're looking like you just, won the game. But at the same time, like, did it need to be said? Not really. They could celebrate however they want. She's not totally wrong, but it doesn't need to be said. And that's kind of just like, that's just kind of the controversial statements in a nutshell. Some people, they're said like, oh, they're just not scared to say it. Everyone's just thinking it. But it's just better left to be thought sometimes.
Yeah. Nah, I agree with you. How late are these games being played?
Dude, they're so poorly timed. The last one was played at 12 a.m. on a Tuesday night or a Monday night. And then this upcoming one is going to be on Saturday at 2 a.m.
Ooh.
Well, technically Sunday, but Saturday at 2 a.m. I've had a weird time reporting that.
Like, yeah, are you recording your updates and having to do that like late at night?
Well, no, I'm not that. It's just having to say, well, the game's at 2 a.m. on Sunday, but really that's like Saturday night. I don't know how to word it. Well, I do know how to word it.
Saturday night, Sunday morning.
Yes, that's what I said. That's what I've been saying. Sunday morning or Saturday night, depending on however you view your days. It's right in the middle.
Back to the Nathaniel Hackett real quick. I really would have loved it, like a great comeback, and even one that Sean Payton would have probably respected if he just goes. They ask him like, "So what do you think of Sean Payton's comments?" I'm not going to address those, but I will say that movie with Kevin James sucked.
Yeah, they make him look a lot nicer in that little American Underdog movie or whatever it's called. Wait, that's the Kurt Warner one.
Yeah, that one. God,
that's the other crappy biopic that was made around football.
Did I tell you I had to watch that on a plane?
Yeah.
Couldn't get the Eastern Conference Finals. Had to watch that shit. Thanks, JetBlue.
Love you, Kurt Warner. Love everything you did, but that movie just did not work.
But yeah, dude, it's funny that Aaron Rodgers is doing all these interviews now. Like he'll talk to anybody. Like Peter Schrager, he gave that interview to. It's just funny how he was like, fuck ESPN. They made me look bad with the interview I gave to Ben McAfee, and now it's like. Totally reverse. Everybody loves him again. You think Kyrie Irving will ever be loved again?
Only if he wins a championship.
I don't think even then. It's so different, but yet kind of similar in a way.
What if Deshaun Watson? What if
actually not really?
What if Deshaun Watson goes far?
Well, okay. Again, we're comparing what Aaron Rodgers like. He just basically gave a stance on something, whether you like it or not.
Right.
Kyrie Irving, spread some hateful shit. Deshaun Watson, we all know the stories there. So I think those are bad comparisons.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I just hope that I hope they cover Deshaun Watson the right way this year, as opposed to just avoiding it, which they're going to. But like Chris Sims earlier, he gave like a report on Deshaun Watson, and then he basically said at the end, he's not going to look like the. He's not going to look like the Deshaun Watson of last year. He was dealing with this and that and all that other stuff. It's like, say it. You just got to say it.
Yeah, but when you're a football guy too, though, you just keep things football related. It's tough. Like when someone does something like that, it's hard not to bring it up because you get vilified for it on Twitter and you seem like you're, I guess empathetic to the whole thing, or no, not empathetic, but just like you don't care. Um, but it's hard to separate it. Like I don't know. Like you really can't be judgmental about that stuff when you're calling a game or you're being an analyst for football related stuff.
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, I hear you. I definitely hear you. At the same time, that's not his place to do that.
I think it is though.
I know. I mean, but yeah, well,
He's one of the
I'll
few
say
guys
this.
he's one of the few guys with a national platform to mention it. So
I get that. Well, it's kind of hypocritical because at the same time, Chris Sims will call out a guy that made fun of him that was dead,
yeah. Who
and
was
yet
that?
just some random Miami Dolphins fan that called him out, and the guy died, and Chris Sims was like, "Yeah, I mean, this guy hurt my feelings, so I don't really want to,
Right.
I was like, Jesus, dude. Kyle, this is your best friend? No. Yeah. Speaking of Kyle, 49ers. Back to Dove Kleiman, actually. So, one thing I hate about this time of year is training camp is just exaggerated. Like, I like that we actually have a game, but it's not the real deal. And I love, my man John Curley and Alexander Scott texted me this morning saying, "Hey, football's back." And I'm like, guys, not yet. Wait a month and 4 days, and then we got the real thing. But tonight is just, it's a pageant. It's a showcase for the Hall of Famers with football in between it.
Mm.
And then we get these stories of, everyday stuff of what's happening on at training camps. This guy looks shitty. That guy looks really good. It's happening every day with the 49ers. And Matt Mayoko, Cam Inman, David Lombardi, they're all getting their stats together for these quarterback comparisons. And while I do think that it's somewhat entertaining, I also think it's ridiculous. I love those guys, but just because these guys perform a certain way in practice doesn't really mean anything to me as far as what's going to happen with the quarterback positions. And these very contradictory reports of Trey Lance looking good and Trey Lance looking terrible, and Dove Kleiman tweeting out videos of Trey Lance that don't even pertain to what's going on currently. Like there's that video of him throwing a ball that totally missing a guy, but I guess that was a year ago. It wasn't even recent.
Yeah.
So here's my thing with Trey Lance and everything. Do I think Trey Lance is in a bad position with the 49ers right now? Yes, I do. Because if you heard the quote today, I think this was actually pretty telling. Kyle said he's not worried about Brock's injury. The injuries, past him, and he's good to go. He's ready to play. And he pretty much said, "I'm not worried about Brock. He's the real deal. He could play football." Now, if you think that's a slight at anybody else that he's had in the past, I wouldn't say that's 100%, but I think it's the most confident statement I've ever heard him say about a quarterback.
Just about.
He had Jimmy for however long, and he's had Trey. And during that time, he's never talked glowingly about them the way he did today about Brock. This guy's his quarterback. As far as Trey Lance, he very well could be the second string quarterback. He very well could be the third string quarterback. He very well could be traded before the season starts. He very well could be traded during the season. I think they're going to ride with him this season just so they don't have to deal with the bullshit that happened in the NFC Championship game. But I do think he's climbing an uphill battle right now with a spot on this team.
No doubt. And with Sam Darnold being brought in, it's not like he's been awful. If he looks like he can run the offense. Like the thing is, with Lance, you have less time to, because like let's just say, I don't know, Purdy gets hurt and then Lance balls out this year, then you're likely gonna, I don't know, maybe give Lance a contract extension, then you're not going to be able to give the contracts elsewhere. Like starting with Brock Purdy gives them more financial flexibility moving forward, because if Purdy balls out and you're good, then you're like, all right, maybe we can pay Brandon Ayuk, maybe Javon Kinlaw, who's healthy. Maybe we could pay him. Like you can't pay everybody. Like somebody is going to have to get the axe after this season, not this season. This season's going to be a ton of fun.
But they should just focus on paying Bosa for now.
Right, but they also got to pay Bosa. Like it's all there's a trickle effect there. It's not to say that Lance isn't ready or whatever, and I do think sometimes the reporting is a bit misguided, misleading. I think that's the same with everything in training camp, though. Again, it's like we aren't stats people during the regular season. We're all about watch the game, but then when training camp comes around, it's all about stats, and it's just like I saw a tweet going viral the other day saying like, 1 week, Trey Lance looks like the worst quarterback he could be cut. Oh, the next, he looks like he's the best of the backups. Oh, now he's the best quarterback at camp. I'm like, yeah, that's because you keep on drawing conclusions, but day by day by day, like
Day
just
by day.
like
By
day
day.
by day, day by day. Just let it play out. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. And does it look like Lance is going to start? No. By the way, I'm really going to miss it when Purdy's back full time and Shanahan. I'm going to miss when Shanahan talks about Purdy's schedule. It is so funny. It's like when I say I'm going to eat healthy during the week. Well, I'm going to give myself 2 days off, and then we're going to get another couple of days so I can give myself 2 days in a row. And then we're going to have 3 more days off. And then I'm going to have that third day, have me go on the third day and then have another 2 days off and then have him go 2 in a row. Oh, well, I have him go 2 in a row because that gives him the flexibility to take another day off so he can go through the second day. Like what?
The only thing that's missing is deep breaths in between and saying and stuff.
And stuff. Yeah.
Dude, I was listening. I didn't realize until you said it last podcast. The amount of times he says and stuff, I'm like, Kyle.
Yeah. He's dealt with he's dealt with a lot of the injuries and stuff, and he's got a lot of, and he wears t-shirts and stuff and like what?
Yeah.
I think there's dude, it's interesting listening to him talk because it's almost like there's too much talent on the team. Like it's just Debo seems to be in the best shape of his life. Brandon Ayuk continues to dominate training camp like he did last year. This is his second straight year in a row. I remember him dominating last year, and now this year it's no different. He's expecting a big season. Today, the talk was Danny Gray looks like a more complete player. He had an off season of working out. Like there's a lot of mouths to feed, and it's just who's going to be. The question is, and I think it's absolutely strong enough, but is the culture going to hold up to where players are just good with their roles? Because there's going to be a lot of, hey, this guy deserves some more touches than you do. You know what I mean? Like I think there's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah, but I think everybody,
it's not like a problem, and I think it's a strong locker room, and they're not going to ever break up because of it. But I'm just listening to all these hyped up talks about how this guy looks different from this year, this guy looks different from last year.
Yeah.
Like Javon Kinlaw, it's great that he looks good, but you're going to pay Bosa, then Javon Hargrave, then Kinlaw, who's due for an extension. Then what if Drake Jackson and Armstead too? Then what about Drake Jackson? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like there's almost too much good coming out where it's like, how can you build a roster this way, at least in the future?
Yeah. I mean, the window's closing a little bit as far as what they could do with the players they have financially and the timetable for them to win. But I think everybody's going to be fine. I think everybody knows their role as far as I don't think everybody's going to be angry they didn't get touches or whatnot. Elijah Mitchell, I guess, got hurt today. He's got a hip abductor?
Yeah, brutal.
He always seems to get hurt, but it sounds like he'll be back in a week. That's why they got Christian McCaffrey. But just as far as Trey and
I just don't think their window's necessarily closing. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying like it's just so much it's making your head spin. Like, how can you even keep all of these guys when they're looking the best they've ever been? Because
they don't have to pay the quarterback right now.
Right.
Right now is the key. And we have a new guy in the chat, True Blue Forever. Says 3 firsts for second string QB is tough. I agree. And that's going to be the talking point going into this season, that they gave up all that collateral to get Trey Lance. And in the end, he's most likely not going to have a role on this team. Let me ask you this, Steven. Who do you feel, since we're watching the Hall of Fame game, and did you take the did you lay the points with the Browns tonight?
I did not.
Damn. Actually, I had no idea what the spread was. And if anybody bets preseason football game, you're sick.
There's a lot of sick people out there then.
God, that's insane to bet a preseason football game.
Yeah, it's undiagnosed. It's undiagnosed degenerate gambling.
Yeah. So Guru's probably betting. Anyway, I love Guru.
I had the over.
Oh, I thought Zach Wilson was going to win it for him. Who do you think is going to have a role on their respected teams after this season? Zach Wilson or Trey Lance?
Oh. What was the question again?
Who do you think? So both quarterbacks were taken 2-3.
Right.
Same draft class.
Yeah.
Neither of them have panned out the way that they should so far in the top three. The only one that has is Trevor Lawrence and I guess Justin Fields and even Mac Jones a little bit. Between the two of them, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, who has a better shot to remain on their team past this season?
I'd say Trey Lance does.
Why do you say that?
I'd say Trey Lance because Rodgers, for the most part, he's durable. He's going to stay healthy for the entirety of the season. I don't know with Purdy. If you had to, you're making me pick, so I'm going to pick. I think both are going to, I want both to be healthy for the entire season. But if you had to make me guess, Aaron Rodgers is a durable quarterback, and he's one of those guys that, even though, he's older, he still has that escapability, man. He has that little, he just has that sense of just when pressure's coming. So I don't know if Purdy has shown that quite a bit, but then also when they played the best defensive line in the NFL, then it kind of came to, and I don't know what to make for this offensive line for the 49ers outside of Trent Williams. I don't think, look, man, I don't know. I saw this guy in person up close, so I don't even want to say like, hey, man, I don't think you're going to be that good. But I don't know if Colton McKivitz can hold up at right tackle and replace Mike McGlinchey. Like just no problem. Like having it seamless. So long story short.
What was your answer?
Long answer, short answer made long. I think Trey Lance is going to be the one likely to stick with his team.
I would go the other way. I think that it's hard to hang on to a quarterback like that where there's so many quarterback needy teams. And I think that if you had to pick between the two, the guy with the higher draft value right now is Trey Lance, because Zach Wilson was shown for a good amount of games last year and did not play well and folded under pressure and had, not great things to say to the media after he didn't take the blame for a game that they lost 10-3, saying that, he didn't feel that they needed to provide more offense. He lost the locker room. This whole thing is to put him in the shadows for a little while, his own darkness retreat, and have Aaron Rodgers teach him to be a better quarterback and a better leader of men.
Right.
Where Trey Lance, he just may not get this opportunity because Brock Purdy is young and he's just going to take it. And Kyle likes him. Aaron Rodgers won't be around forever. He's got this season, maybe next season, and then they got to decide if they want Zach Wilson around. I think that Zach Wilson probably will stay with the Jets and Trey Lance will probably be gone after this season.
Yeah. It's just hard to see it happening. It probably will. It probably will happen.
And 49ers fans need to prepare for that because do you think they're going to bitch if they're winning? Like let's say they go to the NFC Championship game and they lose to the Eagles again, and they trade away Trey. Do the fans focus on the accomplishment of Brock, or do they focus on the failure of the front office in getting this guy, trading away 3 first-round picks to get him, and in the end, you went with the guy that was drafted last in the draft?
Not if they make the NFC Championship. I think the NFC Championship is hard to get to, and you can't, part of it is going to be Brock Purdy leading them there, because that's what it's about in the playoffs, being serviceable enough. You can't make mistakes. That's what it comes down to. And I think that ultimately, if they lose out in say the divisional round, that's when the trade chance would be coming around. The Trey truthers. I don't know, but it's never going to be solved. I don't.
The
think.
Trey sexuals, as the Ernie's have been putting in the chat here.
Nice. I don't think it's going. But honestly, man, I don't think it's going to be solved for a while. There's this thing that comes with just that high of a draft pick. There's an affinity that these fans have towards those players. And I think there's always going to be some who will say, I think Trey would have panned out. There's going to be some who say, I think James Wiseman would have panned out. There's always going to be that.
Say the last guy.
James Wiseman.
No. One more.
Who's the last?
I think Trey Lance would have worked out. I think James Wiseman would have worked out. I think...
Who?
Joey Bart would have worked out.
Joey Bart would have worked out. That's a good one. Actually, but there's none of that.
Well, even Farhan today said that he's been playing well, and Tom asked him straight up, was he included in trade talks at the deadline? And Farhan was like, well, you know,
Yeah.
eh.
Well, okay, but like they've got the best defensive catcher in baseball right now. Nobody's missing Bart.
Yeah, I
They
think
got a
if
catcher they got for the next decade. It's a little different in baseball, I think.
oh, definitely, and yeah, even I will say Patrick Bailey's pick off the other night to end the game was incredible.
He's sick. He is like I enjoyed watching Posey, but watching a guy frame a pitch and make umpires look stupid is hilarious.
Yeah.
Back to it though. I also I think there's always going to be that, and it's really the only time it's going to be silence is until whatever word I'm looking for. Whenever those talks go down, that'll be by the time Trey's out of the league. like if he's not starting somewhere and he's just a perennial backup, like that's when it'll stop, because there's just something about that third overall pick, man.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's weird, isn't it? Like that Steve Young comment really made me think. He's like, what'd you see to make this quick sweeping judgment on Trey that he's not going to be a good quarterback? What have you seen so far? Well, I could counter with the same exact amount that you've seen, because we've all had the same sample size here. It's just like, what have you seen to convince you that he's going to be this, this next great generational talent over the next 10 years?
And he made us not fit with Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could be great somewhere else. I'm still keeping my eyes on Minnesota because they're having Kirk Cousins go with a lame duck year. And I don't think they're going to lose enough games to get Caleb Williams. Or who's the other guy? Derek May?
Is that the other guy?
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely get to know his name.
What
school? But not right now. I don't even know. He's the Will Levis of this year.
Okay, gotcha. Because when Caleb Williams is good thing Caleb Williams is playing his last year at USC, because they're probably going to be streaming games on Apple TV after this year, if the Pac-12 still exists. Anyway,
no, but by the time this podcast ends, I guess Arizona's leaving for the Big 12.
Yeah.
Whoo.
Yeah.
But yeah, but basically, the whole thing goes back to the Trey Lance reporting. Some people think that some people have agendas against Trey Lance, and they're saying he doesn't look good in practice when he actually does. It'll all come in time. I think the reporting on this has been a little ridiculous at times, and I think the charting of stats have been ridiculous. At the end of the day, Brock's the number one. We'll see what happens with Sam. We'll see what happens with Trey, and it'll be the end of that. It'll be Kyle's decision at the end of the day.
There's not a lot of training camp videos too, throws where they're great. They're great throws from him, but have made me say, wow. And the only throw that I've seen from any quarterback so far in camp was the one that Anthony Richardson made. I think you're dead wrong on how he's going to play this year. You don't think he's going to be that good. I think he's going to be freaking great.
I didn't say that.
You kind of did.
I said when I was scouting him, Steven, when I was going through my
when you were watching YouTube. Keep going.
I was watching tape, YouTube tape. I think he's going to be very athletic but raw.
Okay. Because
it will translate. Some games you'll be like, holy shit. And some games you'll be like, holy shit, he just threw that in triple coverage.
But like, when I see him rolling out to his left and just effortlessly throwing 50 to 60-yard bombs,
he's got the talent, man. It's just a matter of if he's going to read defenses. That may take some time.
And it may have been more, our conversation was more pertaining to
the Raiders.
Was more pertaining to the Raiders anyway. So
yeah, I don't think Josh has the patience for that. That's why they like. One day, before the season starts, you and I will have a conversation about what really the Raiders' goals were for this season. Are they trying to win, or are they trying to just stay afloat and not look terrible while they're competing in this very competitive AFC West? Because I have no idea.
It's the latter.
Well, save that for another day.
All right.
Dalvin Cook.
Oh, God.
He's the last of the things I obsess about this offseason.
How does the mute button work again? Oh, there we go. All right. Now Dalvin Cook. Unbelievable. All right. I'll turn your mic back on. Go ahead.
Well,
get cooking.
Did you see the amount of interviews he did this weekend?
No, because I don't pay attention to Dalvin Cook's free agency, Derek.
Well, I do.
I know.
Tell you. I'm getting really tired of it. It's starting to piss me off.
Oh, really?
Well, because it's just stupid.
I think the fact that you pay attention to it and get mad at it is stupid.
Well, yeah, I think it's always exciting when a player of a certain stature goes to a new team. I think that's fun to see that. But at the same
Right.
time, if you're simply just going on a visit and you're going on Good Morning Football and Dan Patrick and fucking
Rich Eisen.
Rich Eisen and the actual we're back together again football show during training camp to talk about your visit to the Jets and you don't sign with the Jets, then what the fuck was this all for? You go to the practice, everyone's screaming your name, Aaron Rodgers is talking you up. It may just be that the money's not right there, but then why would you go to visit the Jets in the first place? The whole like I've never seen a player attend a practice and then be like, okay, I'm cool, I'm done. Like I'll like it's the most ridiculous thing. So I don't want to. I want to see Dalvin Cook give another interview before he signs a contract. This thing has just been drawn out way too fucking long, and it's stupid.
Where's the one place you'd be disappointed if he ends up? Because you were. It was so funny.
Oh, that ruined my Sunday.
DeAndre Hopkins going to the Titans after all of this. You were so excited to talk about
because
DeAndre Hopkins and give an update every pod, and then he went to the Titans.
What's a team I'd be disappointed that you go to?
For Cook, yeah.
Honestly, anybody that's not the Jets at this point, because you made a big deal about it. You've been on multiple TV shows about going to the Jets. Hard Knocks followed you. We're going to see that on Tuesday, and you don't end up signing with them. And now I'm seeing like, I don't know if this is true. Like I hate that I know this shit. His trainer is talking about like he doesn't want to go to the Jets, but his trainer is a big Dolphins fan.
Did AI Kleiman post that?
Yeah, probably. There's the whole thing about whether or not he's comfortable with his role on the team, if he's going to have to split carries with Breece Hall. But then again, you knew that going into it. And this is why this shit gets me frustrated, because guys like DeAndre Hopkins and Dalvin Cook give these interviews and say they want to win and they want to join these teams, and it'll be great for their careers to not go for the money, but to be on a good team for once. And Dalvin Cook's been on good teams, so has DeAndre Hopkins, but never Super Bowl caliber teams. And then they do these song and dances about how they want to win, and then when they get an opportunity to do it, they just don't take it. That's the part that annoys the crap out of me.
I'd be annoyed too. I get it. I get why you're annoyed.
But then again, your guy Mike Florio said tonight before the pregame, or in the pregame for the Hall of Fame game, that he may just not want to go to training camp, because who does at this point? His birthday's coming up this week, so he may just want to stay in Florida until he, celebrates his birthday, and then he get to work. And then he may just, I guess he didn't want to go to Canton this week. It's a short week for the Jets, so talks could ramp up after this game that they could sign him. I don't know. Just the whole thing's annoying to me. The amount of interviews that both of these guys did in the offseason, DeAndre Hopkins and Dalvin Cook, just saying the right things and then not doing the right things, just pissed me off.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. This is great. This is great. This is so great.
All right. You wanted to do the Dan Campbell thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You know what? We could save the quarterback Netflix thing, because that one's going to take more time to talk about.
Okay.
And also the Belichick thing. Like we were going to do 3 things you want to see, and the topics were going to be mascots you want to see on the sidelines, because I don't know if everybody saw the quote, but Dan Campbell this week said that he asked the NFL if they could have a live lion on the sidelines, and the NFL said no. Which would be pretty sweet, but then again, you're putting a lion in a cage the whole time. That's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Putting on a leash,
dude. No,
what?
A lion on a leash? Fuck that.
I don't know. Take it for a walk around the field
every time they score.
Yeah, just I don't know. Get like a string, wrap a stake around the string, and then just like throw it over. And then play a little kind of like piñata with the stake and the lion. Fun stuff.
Yeah, ever since I've seen Nope. You saw Nope, right?
Yep.
Any since I've watched that movie and they showed the monkey scene, I'm a little hesitant to fuck around with live animals now.
Yeah, but that was a fake monkey, and that was on the set of a TV show. You're not gonna have. Actually, it
But
would
the
be
whole point of
really.
that movie is don't fuck with animals because they'll fuck you up.
Yes, this is very true, and lights would be flashing, and that would probably scare the animal, and then, all of a sudden, real kneecaps are actually going to get bitten off by a lion instead of like the players, like Dan Campbell said in his introductory presser. Full circle.
Yeah, full circle there. So we'll dedicate more time to the three quarterbacks we want to see in the Netflix doc. Apparently, Joe Burrow is going to be a part of it, but that's not 100%. I think Peter King reported that, but that's not true. And
AI
then
Kleiman actually told me that
oh,
Peter King reported it. So shout out to that.
and then we were going to talk about three movies that Belichick should review because he gave his opinion on Barbie and Oppenheimer. Did you see that?
Yes.
Just he's about Oppenheimer, but not about Barbie. But then again, I
Mhm.
can't think of three movies that Belichick would be into. Although he loves My Cousin Vinny. Apparently, he referenced what's her name, Marissa Tomei
Mm.
in a thing a couple years ago during Deflategate. Actually,
He strikes me to be a fan of the Jackass movies.
you think so?
Yeah. Ever since I heard that story that one time someone walked into his office and he was just listening to the Jerky Boys on radio making prank calls and just laughing.
Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah. There's a book written about it, and he's got that sly sense of humor. I think he'd get a crack out of it. Like you'd see you'd see like rest in peace Ryan Dunn, but you'd see Ryan Dunn like sticking a little tiny toy car up his ass, and then Bill Belichick
Yes,
just like,
that's one of my favorite moments.
and then Belichick's just like, that's funny. That's funny. Kind of gives
Okay,
a smirk.
but as far as three mascots you want to see on the sideline
Yes.
in actual games, baseball, football, basketball, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What are three ones besides the Lions? That's obviously not going to happen. But then again, these ones may not happen either.
Right.
What are three teams that you want to see have actual mascots on the sideline?
Trust me, mine are not going to happen. All right. I got an honorable mention because I made a list of 5, but we're whittling down to 3. I could take one out. I got an honorable mention though.
Okay.
For the A's, I do want to see an elephant.
Stole mine.
Damn it! Really?
Yep. Because I've always wanted to see that. Someone hits a home run, and you're like, all right, here comes Stomper. The actual and the whole Coliseum just shakes.
Come on,
Everyone's
man.
screaming.
Come on, that'd be so sick. Like have the trunk just have the trunk like
Not
blow into the stadium, and then he's wearing like a little A's hat. I don't know. Like one time in San Diego, we saw, and I feel
An
terrible.
actual Padre?
No.
Oh.
But I feel terrible for these. I feel terrible for these animals, and it's since learning about held in captivity and stuff. I feel terrible for even laughing at this. But there was that time at San Diego in the San Diego Zoo where they had the dancing elephant. So the elephant would walk on, and it would literally just waggle its head to the beat of the music. They like trained it to do that. It was one of the funniest things ever. So I think having an elephant on the field would be great.
No, I'm all for that one. That's one we're in agreement on. I'll tell you one of mine then.
Yeah.
The remaining 2. I would love to see an actual giant, San Francisco or New York. You get some tall motherfucker on the sidelines, paint them all blue, paint them all black, or in orange. You don't want to cause a scene there. But yeah, you want just some big dude representing the Giants. And like some 7-foot guy that couldn't pan out in the NBA, just some big dude.
No, you need the tallest person on the planet. You need an actual giant. We're talking My Giant from
from the Billy Crystal movie.
Yes, we're talking about that type of giant. We're talking huge. I like that idea.
How tall are we talking?
I'm thinking like 8 feet.
Is there a man on Earth that's 8 feet tall?
I don't think so, but we're talking. I mean, we're also, trust me, get ready for the ones that I got because
Okay.
they're not going to be possible. So we're going with our imagination here. I think of like an actual giant with like a club, just sitting there with a club, and if you mess with them, pow.
Oh yeah, club isn't it like a Flintstone, like a Bam Bam club?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm with that.
Just a massive giant. I'm a big fan of that. Although, what would that really do in the dugout? Oh, he'd have to deal if it was the San Francisco Giants, he'd have to deal with that Oracle Park wind.
Yeah, that's true. And then his loincloth would probably fly off.
No one needs to see that.
Yeah, that's true.
No one needs to see that. What's the other one?
What? No, did you have any more?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I still got 2 more.
Let me hear.
An actual moose for the Winnipeg Jets.
That's good.
Their mascot is not a jet; it's Mickey Moose.
Yeah, I never got those where the teams like we just said the A's with the elephant, but that's a historical thing there because one of the managers said you guys are playing like a bunch of elephants. But I never get like the Kansas City Chief mascot's a wolf.
Right.
Like
That doesn't make no sense.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense
Or
to me either.
the Giants with loose seal. I get there's seals in the ocean, but
yeah. But also, how could you have a actual jet as a mascot? Like, what are you going to have a flyover in a closed off ice hockey arena? And then, it's during the Canadian national anthem. It's like, look, there goes Jetty. What are they going to do? The only like non-fake mascot is the octopus for the Red Wings. That's another weird one. They got the I forgot what the octopus is called, but it doesn't have a human inside. It just like sits on top of the arena.
Yeah.
Do
you have any more?
I got a couple more. I can go all day.
Let me hear.
Also, the Orlando Magic.
Oh, you just want to? Oh, that'd be actually is great. The magician on the sideline.
The Magic Dragon, dude.
Oh, I think it'd be hilarious.
Dragon on the sideline. What?
Okay, that's fine. I think it'd be hilarious if you had like an actual like David Blaine magician on the sideline, just like taking the basketball and just annoying the crap out of people. It's all right, just give it back. And it's just like going behind players, taking like money out of their ears and stuff. And people are like, all right, this guy's annoying the crap out of me. Get out of here.
Hey, Jamal Mosley, I know you're coaching the game right now, but pick a card, any card.
Yeah,
any
exactly.
card. I dare you.
He's like going to the broadcast, and they're just like, would you get out of here, please? Okay, there's a ton of handkerchief in my shirt. Okay, I get it.
But have you seen Stuff the Magic Dragon though?
No.
Oh my God! All right, let me. All right, I got to do it. Hang on.
Pulling it up.
That's easy. Nice guy. Just hand out shrooms to the crowd. There's Stuff the Magic Dragon.
Oh yeah. This. Oof.
And have stars rolling out of it. Be a real life dragon.
Yeah, that's a whole lot going on there.
There is. It looks like snot. It's weird.
He looks like a mix of the Philly Fanatic and some acid trip.
What is the Philly Fanatic? I don't even know what that is.
It's just a green thing.
Just a green thing that violates people.
Green Man.
Green Man's better. And then also, just in response to Dan Campbell, my number one would be actually, I'm going to go with Chelsea. It's the 3 lions, and I'm going to have 3 lions, and they're blue. Yeah. That's my idea.
All right.
3 lions instead of 1. It's better. Go Chelsea.
My last one would be an actual warrior for the Warriors. And what I mean by that is not like a warrior, like a guy going to battle. I want a guy dressed up like the characters from the movie The Warriors.
Ew, what?
Can you dig it?
Why?
Some guy with just like 2 bottles in his fingers. Warriors.
Oh, it gets so annoying. I'm not down with that. Can't agree with you on that.
It's a great movie.
Can't agree with you on that one. It's a great movie, but I don't need any of them to be a live mascot. You can come up with something better than that.
It's better than the Hoop Troop.
No, it's not. How dare you? How dare you? Don't you dare disrespect my man.
As soon as I said it, I knew I fucked up.
Don't you disrespect my man with the long brown hair.
I know.
And the
He's been doing it for a long time. I know.
And the glasses, who's been there since Oracle, looks like a pirate. Looks like he could be the mascot for the Buccaneers or the Pirates. But
some might say he's Zachariah.
Is that his actual name?
No, he looks like Zach.
Does he?
A little bit.
Wow.
Well, do you agree or not?
I can't see it, but I don't have
minus
enough.
The hair. Minus the hair.
I can't picture it to dispute it.
Anyway, those are my mascot choices.
All right. I like it.
All right, Steven. Should we end this thing with a little thing we're going to do now? I wasn't aware about this thing until you showed me it and Alexander Scott showed me it. And I'm all about the Immaculate Grid now.
Oh, you're all about it now?
I wake up in the morning. I'm like, what's going to be the little little diagrams today? Like what teams are going to line up? I'm all about the Immaculate Grid because I didn't know anything about it. And then you guys like, are you doing this thing, the Immaculate Grid? And I'm like, I have no idea what it is. And I opened Pro Football Reference. I'm like, oh, this is right up my fucking alley.
So do we need to set like a timer for this? Because it takes me a while.
For each individual, like, we'll set a timer for like maybe 15 seconds for each little square.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So you're gonna do baseball. I'll do football.
All right.
All right. You ready? You have it on the thing. We can pull it up.
Wait. Oh, wait a second. Oh, we're doing this both at the same time?
No. You'll go, then I'll go.
All right. I'll go baseball.
We'll go baseball. Here we go.
All right.
Immaculate Grid. All right. You need a Cleveland Indian or Guardian and a San Francisco Giant.
All right. Are we actually doing
15
this?
seconds. Here.
Right.
Ready?
Oh God. No, I'm not ready. Hang up.
Hold on.
All right.
All right. I'll tell you when. 3. Hold on. Okay. I'll give you 30 seconds.
Okay, 30. So you're hitting a timer. You got a timer.
Ready?
Okay.
Ready? Yep. Oh, wait,
Okay.
no. Okay, here we go. 30 seconds. Give me a Cleveland baseball player that also played for the Giants.
Oh, crap. I don't know this. I got to think of older players. See, I don't know. Cleveland and the Giants. I can't think of a connection right away. And there's probably some embarrassing answer that I should have. Oh, God. This isn't going to be embarrassing for
5
me.
seconds.
I'm terrible at this. We're going to go with Sean Dunston.
Yeah. Okay. right at the end. All right. And also, you get 2 chances. You could go to the Ernies or anybody else in our chat as a lifeline. Ernies, you paying attention?
Oh, God. Oh, gosh. Jesse just sent me a nice one. Yeah, Dwayne Kuiper did play for the Indians. Nice one.
That's true. Okay, here we go. A guy that played for the Cleveland baseball team and the Cincinnati Reds. 30 seconds.
The Cleveland baseball team?
That's the best way to say it at this point.
Okay. All right. Any current players? Oh, God. Red and Guardian. Who played for Cleveland? Yeah, God. This is a hard one. I can't think of any for Cincinnati.
Out of time. Do you want to go to the Ernies for an assist?
No, it's all good.
Okay, then.
I'm terrible at this, by the way.
Even the Ernies are bad at this.
Yeah, we're all bad at this. Anyway.
Okay, can you name a Cleveland baseball player that hit above 300?
Give me the time. I'm going to go with an easy one. Everyone probably guessed it. Francisco Lindor. Easy peasy.
Alrighty. All right. Can you give me a Boston Red Sox and San Francisco Giant?
Oh, God.
30 seconds.
This feels like it should be obvious. I feel like I should know this. A Giant and a Red
Sox.
Red Sox. Sorry. There's going to be an obvious one out there. I know it. Ooh. Oh. Christian Arroyo. Bing, bang, boom.
Got it. All right. Now give me a Boston Red Sox and a Cincinnati Red. 30 seconds.
Boston Red Sox and Cincinnati Red.
Yeah. The obvious one. Ernie. Yeah. All of them now. The Ernies pop up. Pablo.
Oh yeah. Forgot about his time in Boston. Shout out the Belts. Red Sox and Reds. Red Sox, Cincy. This is a lot of pressure, man. I feel like there's like an old player I should know from there.
2 seconds.
Oh, God. I can't think of one. That's terrible.
All right, you're done.
I don't know my Reds history.
All right, Red Sox hitter that batted above 300 in a season.
All right, we're going to go with the obvious. There you go.
Jesse Pedroia? All right.
They don't even need to do that. Yep.
All right, last row. A rookie of the year for the San Francisco Giants.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Rookie of the year. Does it have to be a rookie of the year with the Giants or just a Giant that won Rookie of the Year?
Well, oh, you mean like a team individual award?
Yeah, no, just like whoever's won Rookie of the Year and has played for the Giants.
Yeah, that's what the correlation is.
It doesn't have to be this guy won the Rookie of the Year with the Giants.
You're running out of time here.
Oh, okay. Kevin Mitchell. He did he not?
He did not.
You
all right.
Oh,
Willie Mays. Willie Mays.
oh, yeah, could have done that.
All right. Rookie of the Year.
My head goes all over the place. It doesn't go to like the obvious.
You'd be terrible at game shows.
Yes, I would be.
All right. Rookie of the Year for the Cincinnati Reds.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. You already started it, right?
Yep. 20 seconds.
Rookie of the Year with the Cincinnati Reds. There's going to be an obvious one. I know there's going to be an obvious one.
Do you want to defer to people in the chat?
No. Oh, wrong one. Hey, PD.
Pete Rose? Hey, there you go. All right. All right. Last one. A Rookie of the Year that hit above 300 in a season. 30 seconds.
Oh, well, I mean, all right. You know what the obvious. Ichiro, right?
Well done, Steven.
Oh.
All right. So what was your score then? Oh, you left 3 blank?
I guess
okay.
I did leave them blank.
Okay. Last chance.
Okay.
30 seconds to answer 2 of them. You ready? Go.
Oh.
A Rookie of the Year for the Giants?
Well, you told
me.
me.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. Damn it. All right, you got Willie Mays, and then you can do one more in 20 seconds.
Either
a Cincinnati Red that played for the Boston Red Sox, or a Cleveland baseball player for the Cincinnati Reds?
Oh, God. Jesus.
8 seconds.
Yeah. Did anyone even give me an answer? Did anyone give me an answer? No, I don't think I got an
Ernie's,
answer.
can you help him out?
No.
All right, time's up.
Oh, man. No. God.
All right, so I don't know what your rarity score was, but
hang on.
I don't think very high.
I don't think I don't know why. I just whatever. Adam Dunn. All right, cool.
Hey, 306, not bad.
306. Okay. Oh, Trevor Bauer.
Yeah,
Bronson Arroyo.
A lot of people forget about that one.
And Jonathan India, I wasn't 100% sure whether he was Rookie of the Year. Buster should have been an obvious one. Ted Williams. Jesus. Did I not?
Get that off the screen. Let me show you how it's done, Steven.
Oh, God.
Let's go.
All right, hang on. Let me get the timer ready. Oh, Raiders and Lions. Having a Raiders category is an automatic cheat code. All right.
Maybe not for me.
Alrighty.
Well, what am I talking about? Okay, with the Lions, oof.
Hang on. Why isn't it doing it? 3-0. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Lions and Raiders.
Actually, you're gonna have to be the one that shares it.
Why is that?
Because you can't type it. Do you want me to just type the name?
Yeah, I'll just shout it out.
Okay.
I'm working with non-Chrome here.
All
right, hang on. Fuck. Okay, yeah, well, I can't take any more time. Go.
All right, started it.
Lions and Raiders.
Lions Raiders. I can think of one off the top right now.
You can steal it too if you want. Fuck.
I can.
If I run out of time with 30 seconds, you can steal my turn.
All right, you got 13.
Shit. I'm not as good as I think I am on this.
Yeah, let me show you how it's done.
Shit. Hang on.
Oh man. It's a shame. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it. I'm out of time. What was it?
Amir Abdullah.
It's not even a good one.
No, but I mean, yeah, 45% though. Like everyone knew.
All right,
AJ
next
Cruz
one.
had it. There you go. AJ Cruz 1212. Shout out to AJ Cruz 1212 on the chat.
There's not many. I'm trying to think of defensive players that played for.
There's also the one, the linebacker.
Oh, Lamar Houston.
Lamar Houston did.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I forgot he played for Detroit. Also, that one linebacker who was really loud, talked a lot, did movie reviews. Can't remember. Anyway,
his name. Okay, Lions and Bengals.
All right, Lions and Bengals. I got the clock ready. You ready?
Yep.
Go.
Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones. That's okay. Marvin, not Marvin Jones Jr., Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones.
Wait, hang on. My
You
bad.
you hit the wrong one.
Wait, you said Marvin Jones. I thought it was Marvin Jones Jr.
I don't know. Whatever one.
I thought you were talking about senior.
Is there Marvin Jones Jr.?
Yes, that's the Marvin Jones we have now.
Who was before him?
I don't know.
Okay. Line first team All Pro. All right, I got one. You ready?
This is off to a swimming start. Oh, you already got one?
Yeah.
All right, no point in putting the timer. What do you got?
Many people would say Barry Sanders. I'm not gonna go that easy. I'm gonna go with Jason Hansen,
Jason Hansen.
kicker.
Good?
Yep. Oh, you kidding me?
Oof.
All right, put Barry Sanders then. God
I
damn
didn't
it.
get the wrong one, did I? Well, let's not waste a pick. Let's not waste a guess. What do you got with Jags Raiders?
Kirk Morrison.
Okay, we already good through that. Don't even need the timer. All right. What's next? Nice. Faceless. Love that one.
Jags Bengals.
Jags Bengals. Do you need the timer?
Yeah, go ahead and give me the timer for that one.
Timer for Jags Bengals. You're on the timer. You're on the clock.
Jags Bengals.
Mhm.
Yeah, in the moment it sucks when you got a timer. Jags Bengals. Oh, Jordan Palmer?
Jordan Palmer.
Carson's brother.
Jags Bengals. Jordan Palmer. 20. That the right one?
Yep. Only one there. No?
No.
I'm bad at this shit.
Jeez, Derek, what happened to you, man?
I know. God, my memory sucks.
Yeah. This also is not
Oh,
going.
Marvin Jones played for, but he can't do two. Damn it. All right. First team All Pro with the Jags.
Do you need the timer?
Yeah, go ahead and put it up.
All right. I mean, you got an obvious one, I think. Timer's already up.
Okay, Tony Baselli.
Not up, but
Tony Baselli.
Ooh, nice. First team All Pro. Tony Baselli, good pick. Nice. 22%. They need to put a face on Tony Baselli.
Yeah, that's a disservice. That's
a disrespect. If I've ever seen one. You got two guesses left. Cardinals, Raiders.
Okay, between Cardinals, Raiders, Cincinnati Bengals, and Cardinals, and first team All Pro Cardinals. Good Lord.
just take I don't know, just take any. Just two.
All right, first team All Pro with the Cardinals. Give me.
There's obvious ones.
Yeah, Patrick Peterson.
All right. And Patrick Peterson is one. Okay.
I'm down to one left.
Yeah, I mean, you could easily go with the Detroit Lions one. You could take any pick that you want. How about this? Next time, since this is the first time we're doing it, and this is all like kind of planned and unplanned, let's just choose whatever we want. You got 30 seconds on the clock.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
All right, to end this whole thing, I'll just go with
I guessed the wrong Marvin Jones for you.
You screwed me. Cardinals, Raiders. Okay, go with that one. Give me 30 seconds. I can come up with somebody fast.
Okay. 30 seconds on the clock now.
Cardinals, Raiders. Okay. So.
Well, there's a few obvious ones with that one.
Obvious, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Rodney Hudson.
There's that. There's others. Do you want to go with Rodney Hudson? Is that your final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
All right, final answer, Rodney Hudson, and you are correct.
No, my rarity score is better than you.
Aren't you supposed to have like a low rarity score or a higher one?
Oh, so if it's high, it's bad?
I don't know. I don't remember.
We really didn't plan this out.
No, we didn't, but it's fun.
Chandler Jones is one. What's another one you were thinking, Steven?
That offensive or the defensive tackle. Dan whatever.
Watkins?
Oh God, I can't remember his name. I would have typed. I just would have typed Dan and I would have looked for it.
Oh, Carson Palmer.
There's Carson Palmer too. Yeah,
I forgot about that.
All right,
there's a lot of them. Shit.
Well, let's show the summary though. What do we got for Cardinals Raiders? Appear in Pro Football Ref.
We'll go down more.
Okay.
So Amir
Kenyon
Abdullah was the most popular one between the Raiders and Lions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bengals and Lions was Marvin Jones, Calvin Johnson. Go down a little bit more.
Oh, hang on one second. Let me get the other one here. Okay.
Zay Jones, Raiders and Jags. Tyler Eifert. Tyler Eifert.
Jalen Ramsey was one. I didn't know Tyler Eifert was even on the Jags.
Yeah, briefly 1 year. Oh, all right. I need to do some studying.
Jalen Ramsey and Fitzgerald were my two that I figured. And the defensive tackle that I would have taken, trying to look for his name, Dan Williams.
Dan Williams.
Dan Williams. Yeah, he was a big boy.
Was a big boy. All right, we'll see if we do that again. Sounded better in my mind than actually doing it live on here.
That's what it's all about, man. Shout out to everyone who's actually like staying with us and doing this.
Some new people.
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock.
AJ Cruz 1212. Thank you for hanging out. Lastly, Stephen, have you seen the Steph Curry doc? Underrated?
Not yet.
Yeah, it's fine. Just not.
You think it's overrated?
I think it's a little overrated. I think they focus on Davidson a little bit too much. I thought it was going to be about his whole career. And
well, okay, but what do you need to know about his whole career that you don't know?
Is there anything we really need to know about documentaries that are made of players that are currently playing right now? We pretty much know their whole story.
I don't know a lot about his time at Davidson.
You don't remember watching that?
No. I wasn't that into college basketball at the time.
Yeah. I remember watching it. It was just, I don't know. The whole thing's underrated, so I thought it was going to be more about, him coming up in the league and everything, and they kind of just glossed over that.
At the time, I was 14 or 15 years old. I was, like, playing baseball at that time during March.
The good old days.
Yeah.
I'll say it's fine. It's just, I don't know. A little, I don't know. Not anything
overrated.
Amazing.
Yeah, a little overrated. You think underrated's overrated.
And if anybody's playing the villain in that movie, it's Ponte Hill.
Why is that?
They got him. They got sound bites of him on the radio talking about Steph, and they cut it as if Steph's in his car, like listening, being like, "I'm gonna prove you wrong, Ponte." When I'm sure Steph Curry doesn't give a shit.
I don't know. Steph is a big fan. Was a big fan of the pregame show. Could still very well be.
Yeah, proof of that?
What?
Yeah, proof of that?
No, but he told me. He told me. Big fan. He would be up at 5 a.m. getting up for those workouts. Going to the weight room. He's like, I'm gonna open up the at the time it was the radio.com app. I'm gonna open that up. I'm gonna listen live. It's not true.
God.
What?
And on that note, all right, Steven. You're going to go see Oppenheimer on Saturday, huh?
Yeah, right after the dog surfing competition.
Oh, on the Ocho?
Yeah, no, in real life.
Oh.
Yeah. Seeing a dog surfing competition.
Where at?
In Pacifica.
Nice.
Dogs on surfboards. It's going to be Point Bark.
That's are you paying money for that?
I hope not.
Well, I would say that's money well spent as opposed to watching Oppenheimer in IMAX.
Disagree.
Because
it's not just IMAX. This is what I'm trying to tell you people. Do none of you listen.
Not you people. You're just talking to me.
It's true. It's only you who really cares. And I'm sorry.
Right.
My walls are really thin. The neighbors can definitely hear. Sorry.
No, I'm in the same boat. That's why I whisper sometimes. All right. So then we'll be back on Sunday. We'll review the Hall of Fame game. We may do our quarterbacks that we want to see in the Netflix doc.
Review the Hall of Fame game. What is there?
Sorry, not review the Hall of Fame game. Review the Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
Okay, thank God. All right. Whew.
No, Steven, I'm not that crazy.
Thought we were about to do a recap.
Although you best believe I'm watching it back tonight on NFL Network.
Jeez.
Just want to see how Zach Wilson played. That's it. Then I'll turn it off.
Yeah. And they've been promoting it. Kind of mad that we had to do it at this time. Derek, but Slam Ball is back.
I heard it's the Tom Tolbert's thing back in the day.
Dude, it's did you not watch YouTube back in the early 2000s?
I've seen it. I've seen the people on trampoline. It's fun.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah, the Ocho starts today, huh?
We get the Slam Ball YouTube videos followed by like Derek Comedy, which was now Childish Gambino, Donald Glover's former improv group. Mix that with a little Unforgivable video that you watch for like the 1700th time. Come on, man. Oh, the early days of YouTube. I miss it.
Those were the days. All right, we'll be here on Sunday. We'll. I think we should also rank, Steven, which jerseys we like this year that are NFL throwbacks. I'm digging a few, and a few I'm not digging.
All right.
So we'll do that on Sunday. We'll see you guys there. Thank you to everybody that joined us, the Ernies and all the new friends. Steven, say what you always say.
It's just a chicken sandwich, some waffle fries, maybe a Coke to drink or something.
Just your opinion, man.
Good Lord.